After months of buying a discounted Russian crude, India now faces fresh US sanctions on Rosneft and Lukoil. The two oil giants were behind most of India's cheap imports, shipping more than 1 million barrels a day. With tariffs already biting, could the next hit come at the petrol pump? While the latest US sanction on top Russian oil firms could sharply cut Russian crude shipments to India. The country's share of Russian oil rose from 1% before the Ukraine war to about 34% of total imports this year. India buys about 45% from Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Iraq and the UAE. Imports from other countries, including the US, make up the rest. Well, India's average oil cost this year has been around $67 a barrel. That price includes a discount of about $4.7 from the Russia, below the price cap of $60 per barrel. But with the new sanctions, refineries may be forced to source from West Asia and also Africa. Prices for those imports are tied to costlier benchmarks and freight rates, which are higher. In 2025 so far, India on average has paid $5 per barrel higher than the Dubai crude price. And that is the largest premium in recent years. Currently, Dubai crude is trading at around $64 and Brent is trading at around $66. India imports an average of 4.8 million barrels of crude oil per day, meeting over 85% of its consumption needs. So for India, without any Russian oil, a rough math shows a loss of about $2 per barrel or around $9.6 million per day. Sanctioned oil giants Rosneft and Lukoil account for 60% of India's imports from Russia. So any cut to that supply will pressure refining margins, and especially for the state-run oil firms that have relied on discounted Russian supplies to maintain profitability. High-cost crude could also worsen domestic operating budgets and put pressure on finer credit lines. When Indian customers have not seen significant cuts to fuel prices, any hit to refineries would likely push up the cost at the pumps. India has also been hit with a 50% tariff, including a 25% penalty for buying Russian oil. Estimates are that India has saved about $17 billion from cheaper Russian oil imports since 2022. However, analysts say that Trump's tariffs could slash Indian exports to the US by $37 billion. India's goods exports to the US fell significantly to $5.5 billion last month from $8.8 billion in May. That marks a 37.5% drop over the 4-month period.